The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Archie for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Fight, which now brings us to our main event, Manny Pacquiao versus Thurman. And I know right now that this is just like, it depends on what you're looking for in terms of what you think who you think is going to win. For Keith, does he have enough work rate, or is his body 100%? These are a lot of things, because Keith, unfortunately, when Keith has his little issues, they're in very public fights. And then you have Manny Pacquiao, who is 40 years old, who was a first ballot Hall of Famer, but is getting long in the tooth with 70-something pro fights. So it's basically we can either get the new cat on the block takes up the old cat on the block, just like a pecking order of things, or we can have Manny Pacquiao turn back hands in time and takes another zero from a young top welterweight. And of course, we'll probably also give him a shot. We'll get him back in spot at the pound for pound list. LB, since I know you're the big Bailey, excuse me, not the big Bailey. What am I saying Bailey for? You're the big Thurman stan. You're a big Thurman fan. What do you think about this fight?
Ooh. Finally. That's all I got to say. Finally.
Right.
First off, I'm from South Florida. Keith Thurman is, from Central Florida. So I'm always gonna have a little bias, a little rep for the hometown, my Florida fighters. But I'm also keeping it real though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just blindly, admire anybody, But this is a close fight. When it first got announced, Thurman was the slight favorite, and then now, recently, it's become he's the slight underdog. And I think Keith Thurman has been doing a good job selling and promoting this fight, and just having the just about right, shaky, decent looking type of, training videos where he's not really setting shit on fire like Manny is right now.
Right.
And I think it's a slight bait and switch, but I think it's a bait and switch that's been in the making for like the last 2-3 years. Maybe since 2015.
Word.
Like it's and I think Thurman was always setting himself up to be that guy who officially take overs from Mayweather and Pacquiao. That he knew he was gonna fight one or the other. He finally gets Pacquiao, but unlike a lot of niggas, he ain't wait around hoping and dreaming for a shot. He always fought the next biggest threat or the biggest fight. Like if you really look at it, all the previous biggest welterweight fights, in the last couple of years, included Keith Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to just keep it real, I'm gonna go in on this because we got the undercards out the way. Niggas ate the little side dishes and shit at the fucking picnic. Now niggas getting the fucking fried chicken, the ribs. Niggas just getting it down. The Angus beef burgers. Now we sitting at the table now. Keith Thurman is ready. Like I don't blame anybody for picking either or in this fight. But I think Thurman is gonna. He matches up. I think both guys match up with each other bad. Like, and if this was a prime Pacquiao, Thurman would still cause him problems I think Pacquiao can still cause this Thurman problems. Because I look at Thurman like he's more like maybe 90%. But I look at Pacquiao like Pacquiao's like 80%.
Man, all I know is, that this fight. I mean, obviously, this fight will determine the rightful place in the welterweight pecking order. All I know is that Keith better be on point, because, like I said, obviously, we all know like the real reason why, he's seen as the underdog, because unfortunately he's had. I mean, the Josecito fight, I think, literally changed a lot of perspectives on how this fight would go, because Josecito has been through the ringer and nearly had Keith almost out in the 7th round.
But we knew Keith Thurman was gonna be rusty. It's like niggas keep overrating every little bad thing they see Thurman do, or any little spotty moment. Like, if niggas knew Josecito Lopez was dying for the opportunity, like, he wanted this fight. Like, that fight been on the table. Like, they've been dangling that fight on the table for that nigga for like 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew he had a shot in that fight. Plus, he's had big upsets before,
right?
And big moments. So we knew it. So and the thing is, Thurman even dropped the dude. Like, Thurman was controlling him, doing this thing. It's just that little move. He was moving too much, and he couldn't get out of the way of the right hand at certain spots. And, he got clipped and, damn near was out of there. Shit, real talk. Like, all that shit was on the line. All these future, shit, this Pacquiao fight, that shit could have been gone.
Mm-hmm.
But, he survived that shit, came back, and it would have probably been more impressive. It was definitely not probably if he would have came back and stopped Lopez.
Exactly.
Because we've seen, Thurman get in trouble before and come back and stop niggas. He's done that a lot, actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Soto, Carras, Chavez, and you could probably say those are, maybe slightly higher caliber fighters than Josecito Lopez, or, they're on the level. At least Chavez was undefeated as well, so
yeah,
that's another thing. So, but Thurman was rusty, out of it for a good minute. So he had that extra oomph to really stop Lopez. And the movement got a lot to do with it, but I think the movement could be a good and a bad thing in this fight with Pacquiao, because,
well, especially if Thurman moves too much, it's gonna get negative quick, and fans aren't gonna like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, Thurman knows how to win rounds by a move. He always jabs just enough, or he lands a showy punch where you be like, okay, he's still doing more than the other guy. And that's how, honestly, that's how Thurman wins rounds. Thurman is the king of fucking winning 7 fucking rounds. Jermaine Taylor was another guy like that, because he always was doing fucking something. Even if it's a fight you thought he lost, it's still up the debate where it's like, well, damn, like, I mean, there's like 5 rounds you could give him, and then he could do a swing round, this, that. Yeah. You could say, okay, yeah, 7 rounds to 5, nigga. Yeah, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And Thurman is even just more skilled at doing that, because Jermaine Taylor was doing that off of athleticism and a jab. It's like Thurman is really moving, defending, slipping, footwork. It just sometimes he kind of just...
He does too much, and sometimes he does gas out.
And then it's like he stops fucking boxing, and then, he starts getting tagged, and, he got to calm that shit down. But if he uses that footwork to set up Manny coming in, or to move around certain shots, and just I would say aggressive pot shotting. I
Yeah,
feel like, he could do something in this fight because, first of all, I feel like he's the most talented, best overall fighter that Pacquiao's faced since Mayweather, if we being honest.
facts.
And Thurman hits a hell of a lot harder than Mayweather. He's meaner
Also facts.
and he's younger and he's closer to his prime than Mayweather was for that fight. But remember, this is all Mayweather and Pacquiao's fault at that stage, for them taking that long to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Thurman really just, the injuries fucked up his momentum.
Yep, very much so. And that's
But at the same time, what else was happening at welterweight? Did welterweight really clean itself up while he was gone?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So I mean, and this just brings me to my point. So Thurman comes back and he has a rusty fight with Josecito Lopez, and boom, now he's in the biggest fight in the fucking division. But everybody else supposed to be making moves. Thurman supposed to be ducking Spence, and all these niggas avoiding Spence. Spence just got on.
Yeah, you know how it goes, man.
So it's like, that's why this is the biggest fight. That's why, in the beginning of the podcast when he said, when Pat was saying, a big welterweight weekend, the biggest weekend for welterweights. I'm like, it's the biggest weekend for boxing. Because this whole fucking card is just set up to just to look good and just have good fights.
Exactly.
And I think honestly that's what we're gonna get. My prediction is gonna be Thurman by knockout.
My prediction is going to be Manny Pacquiao by decision. Pacquiao will probably drop Thurman at some point during the fight.
Ooh. And
It'll probably be like a 7-5 type of decision. But that's just going with my initial gut feeling. Yeah.
Wow. The Pacquiao by decision, like.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's crazy. If Pacquiao pulls this off, like his all-time ranking goes up significantly, and to me, he already you can easily say he's top 30 all-time, maybe top 25.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely top 50.
Yeah, I mean, like you can front on Pacquiao, especially for people out there that don't like him for other stupid reasons. You won't be able to front on him.
Yeah, it's like come on, I'm talking to all the level-headed fans out here, all the boxing cats out here. None of this standing shit, and we say standing, what I'm saying, but you can stand objectively for your boxers, you know what I mean? So I know the whole debate is okay, does Pacquiao leapfrog Floyd? What happens? To me, honestly, I feel like he's already ahead of Floyd all time. And that's just because of the 8 divisions.
Right.
We honestly looking at a guy who started at one of the lower weight classes that a lot of y'all niggas don't even fucking respect.
Facts.
And he's fighting a young prime fucking Keith Thurman. If Keith Thurman's not in his prime, I said he's not 100%. I said he's 90%. Nigga, that's 90% of being someone who's a natural welterweight.
Facts.
Who's a power puncher, athletic, and he doesn't have no simple fucking style. He's a boxer, puncher, mover. So it's come on, how often do we even see people at Manny Pacquiao's age fight a guy like that?
Very
we
rare.
all talk about it's rare, right? It's rare. That's just a bad matchup, and we all talk about Spence and Crawford. Spence and Crawford will be right there for Pacquiao.
Yep.
Especially Spence. So, just putting this whole matchup in the proper perspective, everything happens on time. Sometime. It's in this case for the welterweights, when you look what's going on, Thurman already put himself ahead of everybody with the wins with Porter and Danny Garcia. That's just facts.
Mm-hmm.
No one else had another win like that. Kell Brook had the fucking Sean Porter win, but then he fumbled everything else after that. So it's like, so he didn't have another strong win with that. Thurman has that win, and then he has another one, and then he has a solid list of contenders before that, which a lot of them he was stopping. where Spence, he just has, a Kell Brook that's already been, put down from 100% to like 80%.
Shit.
Dude, okay. Let me ask you this. Earlier, I said I think Pacquiao is like 80% for this fight, and he's been past his prime for like damn near 10 years. Going into this fight, would you think you have more confidence in Pacquiao going into this fight or Brook going into the fight with Spence?
That's a good question. I don't know if I can answer
about it. Think about it. But it makes you even want to say was Brook maybe at 70%. I mean, he looked capable for the first half of the fight. Like shit, I thought he won like 4 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, Spence has that win. But okay, everything else after that is Algieri, what this nigga, that nigga, come on. Now he has a win.
I mean, Algieri gets propped up in a lot of different places by different people for whatever reason.
I mean, so okay, now you have fucking Mikey Garcia, who he didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
But you supposed to be the power puncher boogeyman that everybody shook from, that niggas was ducking. You just got your title 2 years ago. You just got on, basically. And He's only been fighting once or twice a year against a guy who's been inactive because of injuries. So Thurman never avoided Spence. See, this is the thing. The winner of this fight is basically gonna make the biggest fight in welterweight after this, or is the damn trajectory to make that happen. If Thurman wins this fight against Pacquiao, he's legit the top welterweight in the world, in my opinion. To me, he's already that. To me, like no one has a better resume, a better record. But since niggas be hating and they with the ducking shit, we say okay, he's not that yet. If he beats Pacquiao, okay, you gotta give it to him now.
Right.
Now, right after that, you got Crawford and you got Spence. With a couple of wild cards in there, you got Figueroa winner, you got Danny Garcia, you got Sean Porter, you got the whole mix, but niggas is looking at Thurman being at the top and Spence if he beats Sean Porter.
Right, and then obviously looking at Manny Pacquiao being retired, and it gives an announcement saying that he does do that.
Exactly. So you know how big the fight, Spencer Thurman fight would be next year with all these names kind of cleared off the board.
Yep. She'll be spectacular.
Exactly. We're talking about, and this will be the fight where you can say Spence finally deserves to get on pound for pound.
Exactly. I wouldn't say shit about that particular part. About Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, you know, but I mean, if shit, whoever wins that fight makes it. But I feel like a Thurman Pacquiao, that's definitely a pound for pound type of fight.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at who's gonna be the best welterweight right now, so you know. So that's how I look at it. Like this is just a big fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna. I can't front the news of Pernell Whitaker's passing. That shit kind of dampened it for me a little bit.
Yep,
But
same right here. You know, but
just talking about it now, I'm just kind of like, I know, you know, the God, Sweet Pete, you know, he a big fan of boxing, and I know he would want us to enjoy this big ass fight, especially a fight that, you know, it is in a division that he once was in himself. So
facts, also facts.
So I'm kind of, you know, it's gonna be real touching when, you know, they do the bell this weekend. You know, and then, you know, be in memory. So shit gonna be crazy. But, you know, once again, I'm gonna say Thurman by knockout. I'm looking at it maybe like an 8th round type shit. Like it'll be well into the fight, but I don't think it'll be late. But I can see both guys getting dropped. I can see a decision. I could definitely see a decision.
I can see PBC catching up Pacquiao if it's close. You know, that type of deal.
And that's why Thurman can't be doing all the extra movement. Like, you know, we say this all the time, Ring Gang Radio, the 3-foot rule. Thurman definitely got to follow the 3-foot rule, which is always staying within 3 feet of your opponent.
Yep.
And you know, so you can be able to box effectively and counter and, you know, defend and go on the offense. So yeah, definitely that's gonna be a major factor in the fight. You know, that 3-foot rule, because, you know, Pacquiao don't really cut off the ring, but he kind of steps to you in a way where he swarms you and he gets off shots. And we know Thurman, you know, he could step to you boxing, or he could, you know, back foot box and draw you in, and he could counter. Sometimes he slap with his hooks. You know, sometimes he do that with the right hand as well. That's why a lot of times I feel like he couldn't stop Porter, because he didn't really. He was getting. Yeah, he was getting a little Jeff Lacey on them left hooks, cuffing them shit. But I'm just like, yeah, I'm hyped, nigga. I don't know about you, but
Oh yeah, I'm super hyped. Like I said, you know, because it has effect. So either Manny Pacquiao wins and his Hall of Fame career and legacy take unexpected boost to where he is, or he gets his
top 20, top 15, like.
Or Keith,
all time. He.
Yeah,
what you about to?
No, I was gonna say it's either or Keith Thurman, you know, becomes the 150 welter that actually steps up and then takes, you know, Pacquiao out the game, and, you know, it's retirement time.
Yeah, definitely. It would be nice. I think boxing deserves like a definitive, like another. We deserve like another. I hate to mention your guy, like a Dasha Ruiz type of definitive ending.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's a decision, it needs to be clear. Like, we all can say, yeah, it was a good fight, but yeah, dude lost. You know, kind of like how, you know, with J-Rock and Hurd, like,
yeah,
you know, great fight, but you know who deserved it and who won that shit.
Of course.
So yeah, I ain't really got much else to say about this fight. I'm just hyped.
Yeah, no, and then of course, you know, just to let everyone know, because we always like to mention this, it's going to be in the theater. So go to fathomevents.com, type in your zip code, and then, you know, if you don't want to spend the $70-something for the HD or the $65-something for the SD, people still watch these fights at SD. Then yes, you can go look in the theater, and then you can find the showtime for probably about $20. So that's always the thing that we need to make sure.
The card well worth it too. You know, I ain't gonna. Yeah, we shit on a lot of pay-per-view cards and cards in general, but I'll say, like, you know, this one of the rare times where they got a solid card where, you know, I'm expecting several good fights.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll tip my hat off to that. Like, whenever Pacquiao come to town, he made PBC step that shit the fuck up.
Real talk.
The Broner card had a good card as well. It's just the main event just kind of dudded out. But, you know, Florida niggas, man, we don't dud shit.
Exactly. Oh man, so that brings us to the end of our podcast today. I don't think LB, do you have any final thoughts related to what we just talked about?
Oh wow, we just had it's a good show, you know. R.I.P. to Sweet Pea Whitaker, Pernell Whitaker. I'm still hyped for this week. We have a big weekend of boxing. We got a heavyweight fight. We got other fights going on this weekend. It almost feel like it's a holiday, nigga. Like, so, like, yo, no, real shit. Like, treat this like a fucking boxing week or holiday. Like, honestly, like, nigga, you know, just watch a whole bunch of Pernell Whitaker fights this week. A lot of highlights, all of this shit. And then when Saturday come, you fucking just top it off and watch all the live fights.
Yep, boxing overload. You gotta love it.
Yeah, kill that shit. That's how I look at it.
And as for myself, I don't have any real final thoughts. You know, like I mentioned before, you know, we will definitely on a separate podcast talk about Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker and his impact on, you know, on everything pretty much. Yeah, other than that, you know, Ring Game Radio, you know how to find us. You know, we have a web presence, we have a site presence, we have a YouTube presence, we have a presence on the platform, on all popular platforms. Just know how to find us. So, for myself, Patscorpio Shutterworth da Gawd representative, for LB Shutterworth da Gawd, GOAT artist. You know, we are out of here, and we will reconvene sometime this week, because, you know, we have more to talk about, and more, you know, because boxing niggas like us, we can always find something to talk about. That's real talk.
Facts.
Yeah, so until next time, peace.